students, welcome back to the history class. So we are in this particular topic 3.2, how participants saw the movement. So we have already started this topic during our live session. You had known how peasant communities, small tenants and business class people of the society took part in the civil disobedience movement. Now you will know how industrial working class and women also participated in civil disobedience movement of 1930. So industrial working class was not more in number, okay? We had only seen that the industrial working class of Nagpur region had participated in the civil disobedience movement. So the industrial working class belonging from this particular area, that is the Nagpur region, had participated in the civil disobedience movement. Why they participated with the civil disobedience movement? Because they were not happy with the low wages which their you can say owners were providing, and also they were not happy with their working condition. So because of their low wages and poor working condition, they participated in the civil disobedience movement because they wanted to solve this problem. Okay, their main motive was to increase their wages and also to develop their working condition. Okay, so they adopted the idea of Gandhian program. Now, what was the Gandhian program? Obviously, to boycott the foreign goods. So, this industrial working class, they started boycotting the foreign goods. Okay, they participated in protests, rallies. Okay, so one of the example of it was railway workers who participated, and also they had striked in 1930. So they had done strike in 1930 to support this civil disobedience movement. And also dockyard. Now what do you mean by dockyard? Dockyard means the workers who used to work in ports. So the workers who used to work in ports were the dockyards. So these dockyards also participated in the civil disobedience movement because they had also done protests, they had also gone for strikes in 1932. So they adopted this industrial working class section of the people, okay, of Nagpur region. They had adopted Gandhian program, like they had boycotted foreign goods, okay. Railway workers in the year 1930 also gone for strike, and dockyards, that means people who used to work in ports, they had also gone for strike in the year 1932. In this way, they had also participated in the civil disobedience movement. Now, why they had participated in the civil disobedience movement? Why they had supported the civil disobedience movement? Because they are not happy with their low wages and poor working condition. Okay, so they are getting a very low wage, a low salary, and they are not happy with that, and they are not happy with their working condition. Okay, so their working condition was also very poor. So because of this, they had supported the civil disobedience movement because they wanted a change. They wanted their wages to be increased. Okay, and they also wanted the best working condition for them. But the Congress leaders, they were reluctant. That means they were not willing. The word reluctant means unwilling or not willing. Okay, so the Congress leaders, they were not willing to include the workers, to include this industrial working class section of the people of Nagpur region to civil disobedience movement or on their program of struggle. Why? Because they felt that it would isolate or alienate. Alienate is the same thing. So it would isolate industrialists and divide anti-imperial forces. So it might bring a problem for the Congress leaders because it might isolate the industrialists and also it might divide the anti-imperial force. So that is the reason why the Congress leaders are not welcoming the working class, okay, industrial working class people in their movement. So that's all about this industrial working class. I hope you have understood. So please try to remember that industrial working class workers of the Nagpur region. Okay, we had only seen that industrial working class workers of the Nagpur region supported the civil disobedience movement of 1930. Why? Because they want a change in their working condition, and also they want their wages to be increased. Okay, they adopted what program? Gandhian program, and they boycotted foreign goods. Even railway workers gone for strike in the year 1930, and dockyard, the word dockyard means the workers of the ports, okay, the dockyards in 1932, they also gone for a strike. Congress were not willing to include these industrial working class people in their program struggle, because they felt that it might isolate the industrialists and also it might divide anti-imperial force. So now you will know about the women, how women participated in the civil disobedience movement. Civil disobedience movement, in this particular movement, what was the role of women? You will know about that now. So large scale participation of women were there in civil disobedience movement. During Gandhiji's salt march, even thousands of women, they came out from their home just to listen to him. So just try to remember that large scale participation of women were there in civil disobedience movement, because when Gandhiji was in his salt march, thousands of women, they came out from their home just to listen to him. They participated, not only they had just listened to him, they had also participated in civil disobedience movement. How? They had participated in the protest, okay, march. They had also manufactured salt. In the previous part we did now how women manufactured salt in Dandi. So also they had picketed foreign cloth and liquor shops, and as a result they even went to jail. Most of the women also went to jail during this civil disobedience movement. So in this way women participated in the civil disobedience movement. They participated in the protest, march, they manufactured salt, they picketed clothes and liquor shops, and even they went to jail. Okay, during this you can say during Gandhiji's salt march, even thousands of women came just to listen to him. Yet it increased public role. It did not necessarily mean that any radical change in the way the position of women was visualized. So yet it increased the public role, okay, but it did not brought any kind of change in the way the women were visualized in the society. Okay, even the Congress leaders, they were not willing, okay, to allow these women to be part of civil disobedience movement. And Gandhiji himself also believed that women should take care of their household. Okay, but there were women who participated in the civil disobedience movement. We can't deny this fact also. Okay, despite of all these things also women participated in the civil disobedience movement, but women were not allowed to hold any position of authority within the organization. So within the Congress organization during civil disobedience movement, okay, the women who participated in this movement were not allowed to hold any kind of position of authority in the organization. Perhaps they were the symbolic presence in the you can say they were the symbolic present in the movement. Okay, so that's all about the women part. But in the urban area there were even high class women who participated in the civil disobedience movement. Okay, that is also one of the point. And in the rural areas there were wives, daughters of rich peasants who participated in civil disobedience movement. So high class, high caste women also participated in this movement. Okay, so civil disobedience movement had a wide range of women. Okay, during Gandhiji's Salt March, thousands of women came out from their home just to listen to him. They also participated in the movement. They had done protests, they had marched, they had manufactured salt, and even picketed foreign cloth and liquor shops. They also went to jail. Okay, and the women of high caste and class, okay, that means the women of high class and class section of the society also participated. That means high class and high caste women also participated in this particular movement. But despite of all this factor, okay, although they had gained public interest, okay, during this movement, there were increase of public role of women in this movement, but it is not necessary that it had brought any kind of change in the position of women. Okay, the women were visualized like that only. Okay, like that only. uh, that means the women, the position of women was visualized in earlier form only. So even the women, okay, were not allowed to hold any kind of position, okay, of authority within the organization, and they were the symbolic presence, you can say like that. So that's all about women and about industrialist working class. So in this way we have finished this 3.2. I hope you have understood, but if you have any kind of queries, feel free to contact me. Bye bye, have a nice day.